with my handy dandy assistant.
Have the camera out.
You're a terrible assistant.
What's up, guys? So I decided a voiceover would be a lot easier than trying to describe what I was doing every step of the way. But basically we are going to start off by preheating our oven to 350 degrees and spraying. I don't know if you really have to do this. I've never really done this before with muffin tins, but it advised me to spray each muffin tin with some cooking spray. I got coconut oil spray from Whole Foods. All of my ingredients are from Whole Foods, FYI. And then we're going to start with 3 egg whites in a separate bowl, or the first bowl that you use, whatever. 3 egg whites for me was about a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons. Next, we are going to add half a cup of Greek yogurt into the same bowl. Following that, we will be adding 1 cup of unsweetened applesauce. Be sure you don't overflow your measuring cup like I do in about 3 seconds. Yeah. It wasn't coming out and then it just poured. So, next we are adding 2 tablespoons of honey, and I added a little extra squirt at the end just because so much honey sticks to the measuring cup. Or spoon, you know what I mean. Now we are going to mash 1 medium banana. I did this just with a fork and a bowl, cereal bowl, and just twisted the bowl as I went around and made sure it was nice and mashed. And then you will be adding that into the bowl with all of the other liquid ingredients. And then mix them all up with a whisk. Now grab another large mixing bowl for all of the dry ingredients. We're gonna start out with some whole wheat pastry flour. The recipe I followed actually used oats ground up in a food processor, but I didn't really want to do that, so I just got some whole wheat organic pastry flour, and it seemed to work fine. If you want to do gluten-free, obviously I would get gluten-free flour or gluten-free oats or anything like that. So we are adding a full cup of the pastry flour and then a 1/4 cup of finely ground almond flour. Now time for protein powder. I used Tara's Way organic bourbon vanilla. I think I did about 3½ scoops. I'm not sure how many cups that is equivalent to, but you could use a plant protein as well. I'm sure it would work fine. I forgot to put the vanilla extract in the liquid bowl, and then I put it in the dry one, and then yeah. So make sure you don't forget your vanilla extract in your liquid mix. I think it's about 1.5 teaspoons. Now we are adding 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I didn't measure this out. I kind of just eyeballed it, threw it in there. And now we have 1½ teaspoons of baking powder and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now it is time for some lemon zest. I had a hell of a time trying to get this to fall in the bowl. It all was sticking to the back of the grater, so I ended up having to just scoop it in with a finger, and it was fine. And we're going to mix all of the dry ingredients together, and then we will start to add the liquid and dry by slowly pouring the dry into the liquid mix and whisking it. I had some help from John on this one, if I'm being honest. Once that is all mixed, you can start to fill each muffin tin about 3/4 of the way full. And for the final touch, blueberries. So I think I added about 6 per cup. The recipe called for 8. Do what you want. It's a blueberry. Now put them in your oven and set a timer for 20 minutes. You may need more, you may need less. Make sure you check on them at about 15 minutes to make sure they're not burning or anything like that. Mine were perfect at 20 minutes.
So you can't see the blueberries on top of them, so they all must have sunk, but they're in there and I'm excited to try. Macros per muffin. I will leave the link to the recipe I followed in the description box below. You guys, John likes the muffins. He approves, and he doesn't like anything protein, so good news, guys. So you don't like anything like high protein.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He likes it. And the recipe I followed called for, or it said it served 12, but this actually made 18 for me. So I'm gonna have to recalculate the macros on each. And I made 6 more with chocolate chips instead of blueberries. So hopefully they're good. So I did the math, and each muffin is 83 calories, 1 gram of fat, 14 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of protein.
And here are the people.
The people. The people. So less calories, but also less protein per muffin. It's still pretty low in carbs. 14 grams of carbs, 5 grams of protein. Hope you guys try them and like them, and let me know what you think. Bye.